Hey guys, what's up? Tyson's back. If my voice is not audible to you, kindly increase your PC volume. Okay, here's the thing. Normally, this is a continuation part of the previous video. Normally, when our Android operating system boots, the boot partition pinpoints, looks for flash system, flash data, and flash cache for the operating system on its data on its cache files. These partitions contains your current operating system. Here, simply we are backing up this operating system via TW2RP and we are restoring this operating system in these secondary partitions. How the restoration was done? I modified the recovery such that the recovery will restore these partitions into the system to data to and cache to. But here the thing is the restoration was fine. But in order to boot into the system to and the data to and cache to, you need to modify the boot.img file. I pre-modified the boot.img files of some MIUI versions, but if you are using different MIUI version other than mine, you need to modify the boot.img manually by yourself. It's not really a big issue. You can able to do it by yourself. It's simply a piece of handy. Okay, these are the files when you downloaded that is downloaded from the thread. Once you done the partitions, then you have to look up to 60 second ways. Here, when you look it carefully, first kindly read the important readme.document file and remember these zip file names. Okay, I'm opening the document. Okay, this is how the document looks like. Okay, so what is your current ROM? Here is the whole logic lies. As I told you earlier, here we are backing up this your current ROM and restoring your current ROM in these partitions. Restoring was not at all an issue. The issue is booting into these partitions is the issue. Actually, I modified the boot.img of these MIUI versions. But if you are a different MIUI version, you need to modify the boot.img by yourself. Okay, if your current ROM is MIUI 8.1.1 and MIUI Global 8.1.1 or below of its version, you can simply just flash 60 second OS MIUI.zip, that is this file, and reboot to recovery. After flashing these, reboot to recovery and restore your TWRP backup there. And then once the restore was done right, again you have to flash your secondary OS flash your corresponding zip, that is this flash switch to secondary OS MIUI.zip. What this zip file contains? This zip file contains a boot.in and recovery.in. These are modified files of one second. These are the modified files of MIUI 8.1.1 or any below global stable versions. If you are using this, then you can simply flash this chip, restore your TWRP backup there, and again flash the chip. Then click the reboot system. The device will auto normally boots. If that's the thing, the device normally boots, then you are a lucky one. Then there is no need for you to look over all this process. But if you are using any China developer ROM or any China stable ROM, I have also one zip which I modified. It is a 60-second China base 1.1.20. Most probably, if you are using any China stable, this zip might work. If the zip was, if you are using, suppose if you are using China base 1.1.20, simply flash this zip, reboot to recovery, restore the backup there, and flash your this zip again to boot into your secondary OS. Your secondary OS here is this OS was restored in here, and with the help of 60 secondary OS.zip, we are booting into these partitions. Okay, can you see? Yes. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, what if you are using any different MIUI version or any different China global or beta, whatever different versions? Here's the answer. I didn't test on them, but you can try these tips. Suppose, like if you are using different MIUI global version, any different 8.1.5, 8.1.4, like that, a different MIUI global version, you can try these tips. If it succeeds, the zip will surely flash us. You can also restore your TWRP backup there. Again, once the TWRP backup was restored, then you have to flash the same zip again in order to boot into that secondary OS. Then once you flash this chip after TWRP restores, then if the device boots, then you can use that chip. If the device was not boot, then you have to do a manual technique to modify your boot.img. That's your choice. If you are using any different China beta or different China stable version, you can still try this 60 seconds OS China Dev Dodge. If it works, then no worries. If it wasn't works, then you have to modify your boot.img. If it was work, if it was not work means the GIF will surely flashes. But the thing here is you can also restore your because of the backup. But the thing here is once the because of the backup restores, you have to flash this chip again in order to boot into that OS. If it was some sort of compatibility to this version, so the device will boot. If it was not compatible, different versions having different memory versions contain different kernels, right? So if it was not if the kernel or RAM disk was not compatible, then the device won't boot. You will stuck at boot loop. Then you have to manually edit your boot.img. It's simple process, no need to worry. And the other scenario is what if your current ROM is any custom ROM? I mean, if you would like to dual boot both custom ROMs, not like one MIUI and one custom ROM. If you would like to dual boot both custom ROMs, then you might be some sort of advanced user because you have to edit your boot.img file by yourself. For this, I edited it, right? But if you are using custom ROM, I don't know which custom ROM you are using, right? So you have to edit your boot.img of your custom ROM. Okay, let's see how to edit this boot.img if you are using different MIUI versions or if you are using these zips are not compatible to you after restoring multi-level backup and stuck at boot loop. You have to edit your boot.img. Here the keywords remember current ROM is serial backup ROM. Secondly, where the zip contains your backup ROM. Here your backup ROM is serial backup ROM. Here we are making one ROM as permanent. Here's the thing. Here we are making this ROM as permanent. I mean the operating system in this ROM is restored to this partitions and this we are making these partitions as permanent and we are flashing the new custom ROM in these partitions by using switch to primary OS.zip we will boot into this custom ROM and by using switch to secondary OS.zip we are booting into MIUI ROM or whatever your current ROM is. Okay, that's the diagram. That is flowchart representation was here theoretically. Okay, manual technique to edit the boot.img for current ROM or old ROM or backup ROM is not as I mentioned above, then do this. Even if you are one more thing, if you are a new user, you can simply upload your boot.img. I will edit the files for you. Okay, where was the boot.img located? Suppose if you flash any different MIUI version, you must flash the recovery zip, right? Recovery ROM from the en.miui forum. Suppose if a zip looks like this, most probably you can able to find boot.img in this zip file. Suppose if the current ROM is any custom ROM, then your boot.img lies in the root of the zip. You have to extract that boot.img and you need to download my tool and paste it in here. Just simply, guys, it's a pictorial representation. By simply following this, you can get the whole thing. So again, I am repeating the whole logic here. We are backing up these partitions, restoring those partitions in here. In order to boot into these partitions, we need the modified boot.img file. I pre-modified these MIUI boot.imgs. If it was worked for you, then you are good to go. If it wasn't not worked for you, then you have to find out the boot.img of your current ROM which you flashed earlier and modify these and paste that zip file, paste that modified boot.img file in the switch to second OS.zip. And in any of these chips, when you modified your boot.img file, you need to paste this any of these chips and replace this boot.img here and flash this chip. Once you flash this chip, then the device boots into the secondary ROM. Now let us look how to boot into custom ROM. Here, switch to primary OS custom ROM. This ROM file, before proceeding here, there is no boot.img file. Why is that? Means, this zip is used to switch between MIUI to custom ROM. I don't know which custom ROM you are going to installing. So before installing your custom ROM, you need to, I mean, suppose if you install destruction remix, you just need to copy the boot.img from the destruction remix and simply paste that img in here, switch to primary OS. Okay, now once if you successfully boot into secondary ROM, then you can try out your custom ROM. Because once one ROM was successful, then you can try out this custom ROM, which is no such a tricky part. You can simply just go through, search through it. Once your secondary ROM was successfully flashed, then you can simply reboot into recovery. And yeah, sorry, before rebooting into recovery, just think of what custom ROM you are going to install. Now the thing here is this 62 primary OS.zip doesn't contain a boot.img file because I don't know which custom ROM you are going to install. So if you are going to suppose you are going to install Reflection Remix, you simply open the Reflection Remix zip file and I mean this is a flashable zip file. This is a flashable zip file. Copy the boot.img and paste it in 62 primary OS.zip. Just paste it here. Once you paste it in here, then flash this switch to primary OS.zip. Once it flashes, then reboot into recovery. Remember the steps. Paste the boot.img from your custom ROM zip, paste it in here, flash this zip, reboot into recovery, then now flash your custom ROM, whatever the custom, flash the custom ROM of which boot.img you paste it here. Suppose if you paste any multi custom ROM boot.img, then you need to flash that boot.img of that multi custom ROM only. If you paste the boot.img of the discussion menu, then you need to paste the discussion, then you need to flash the discussion remix. Okay, that is what this document describes. And here, whenever you change your ROMs, you need to do the same process again. But suppose if you install the discussion remix and flash the zip and was using this discussion remix ROM continuously, you don't need to do this again and again because this zip already contains 62 primary zip already contains the boot.img discussion remix, right? Then there is no need for you to paste it again and again. Once this contains a file, then you simply need to flash this zip, boot in the discussion remix. If you would like to boot into YAML ROM, then remember to switch to secondary OS.zip, the boot.img which you modified earlier, or you need to use these chips also, whatever. Flash this chip, boot into YAML ROM, and use YAML ROM. And again, if you would like to use custom ROM, flash this chip, use the custom ROM. Like that's how the thing here works. If you would like to flash any new custom ROM, then you need to flash. Then remember, paste the boot.img from your custom ROM. Paste the boot.img from your custom ROM which you are going to flash in, and flash this chip, reboot into recovery, flash the new custom ROM, again flash this switch to primary chip, now boot into your custom ROM. That is how the things here are working, because the boot.img is a key partition here to pinpoint which partition the system has to boot. You would like to flash boot into custom ROM, then you need to paste the boot.img of custom ROM. If you would like to boot into YAML ROM, you need to paste the boot.img of YAML ROM. But here we are making this partition as making this here. These contains a modified boot.img file. If you are no need to worry. If you are like trying different MIUI versions, maybe try this. As far as I guess, this might work. If your device after installing DualBoot-part2, if your device stuck in boot loop, then only you need to modify the boot.img of your current ROM which you are restoring via DualBoot-part2. Okay, like just the thing here, guys. This is how the stuff works. I try my level best to make it so much user friendly. Sorry for my voice. If it was any inconvenience, if you find any disturbance in this video, my humbly sorry for that. I was suffering from the cold in the past 3 days. Still, it was like that. Okay, now that's it. Okay, then if you face any errors and issues while partitioning or remove partitioning anything, just simply reflash your OS via EDL mode, not via fast boot. I suggest EDL. Mm, and yep, that's it. If you guys any urgencies have any problems, there's my contact number and everything was there. Feel free to contact me if you are a noob user, and you can have to modify your boot.img if you are using different MIY versions. No worries, you can simply just upload your boot.img in the comment section. I will modify the file for you, and just you simply paste that file in 62 secondary OS and flash the file, restore your OTW backup, again flash this file, reboot into your MIY OS. Okay, that's the thing work. And I'm repeatedly telling this again and again. Okay. Yes, you can simply add made this file deadly easy for you. You need to edit the file simply by yourself. There were arrow marks and everything was mentioning there, how to edit it and all that stuff. Okay, this is the thing, guys. Until then, take care. Thanks to un.miy forum, especially admins, mods, and mods. All thanks to them, and device team always rocks. And I made this video especially for my bro John Vlogs for his asking from Epic Rom team. He's a developer over there, and it was for him. Thank you. Peace out.